One power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power.
It is Sunday, May 12th, 2024, and this is the Center for Spiritual Living Midtown. It is also Mother's Day, so we wish all the mothers who are watching on this Sunday or what other day you may be watching it, the best day and week of your life. May each day get better for you and your families. We love you, and we know that you love us through all that you do for us. So we would like to ask a favor right off the bat, either now or right after the service. Please share this recording with everyone in your online communities. Our team has enlisted some of the best speakers in the Science of Mind and New Thought community, and we want to get this message out, and we want to share it with as many people as possible. Now, please join us as we come together in celebration. Such is the nature of God that all it asks and all it wants is the opportunity to appear, to manifest, to create. You are that opportunity, and so am I, and so it is. Whoever you are, whatever path brought you here today, please know that you are welcome here, and you are celebrated in our community. You are an individual expression of God. You are a unique manifestation of divine intelligence. You are God's opportunity to create and to be someone unique and wonderful. And I am as well. For a better understanding of who we are and what we teach, please listen to our Declaration of Principles as written by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, and read by the members of our congregation.
I believe
in one God,
one absolute power and first cause to all things.
I believe that this power is perfect love
and creates out of a desire to express love.
I believe all thought is creative, and how I choose to think creates my personal experience.
I believe in the unity of all life
and the immortality of the individual soul,
forever unfolding.
I believe
in the eternal goodness,
the eternal goodness of God,
the eternal loving kindness,
and the eternal givingness of God to all.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is. You can find the full declaration as written by Ernest Holmes on our website, which is cslmidtown.org. A practitioner is someone who demonstrates the ability to use spiritual practice and spiritual laws to bring change in their lives, and has also proven that they can guide others to bring a positive change in their lives. They're trained and licensed by the Centers for Spiritual Living out of Boulder, Colorado, and they are available to help you provide spiritual guidance and support. You may contact one of our practitioners through the website at cslmidtown.org and just scroll down to their pictures and click on that, and you can connect directly with them. I am Lee Huffman, and I have the honor of serving as the president of CSL Midtown's Board of Trustees, and more importantly, as a licensed practitioner of religious science. Today, I have the opportunity to serve as your practitioner and to share some thoughts as well as an and an affirmative prayer that we call spiritual mind treatment. Last month, I spoke about a concept that our founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote a whole chapter about in his Science of Mind textbook. Mental equivalence is the topic. In that chapter, he defines mental equivalence as follows. Prayer does something in the mind of those praying. It does not do anything in God. The eternal gift is always made, the gift of God and the nature of God. The eternal givingness is there. God cannot help making the gift because God is the gift. We do not have to pray for God to be God. That's who God is. Jesus revealed in the nature of the divine being by his personal embodiment of the divine nature. He said, as you believe, it shall be done unto you. The whole teaching of Jesus was based on the theory that we are surrounded by an intelligent law that which does unto each of us as we believe. He implies the necessity of faith, the conviction and acceptance of what God has to offer us. That is, it must be measured out to us according to our own measuring. We must not only believe, but we must know that our belief measures the extent and the degree of our blessing. If our belief is limited, only a little can come to us, because that is what we believe. We call this the law of mental equivalence. Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind textbook, chapter 17. In short, he is saying, they who visualize something big will receive something big and manifest something big. They who only visualize something small will be given something small. What do you visualize? In order to move forward to a better future, we need to envision a better future. I call that faith. Moving forward in faith is seeing a better future for us. If all that we do is envision what we have today, then we'll get that. And I call that trust. If we envision something less, then we will receive something less. That's what I call fear. So if things move forward as members of our transition team have been thinking it will, after we assemble the minister selection team, that team, along with the practitioners and the board of trustees, will come together in what is called a co-creation workshop. And that workshop is all about creating the larger vision for the center, one that is larger than the one I believe that we have right now. As a leadership team and a congregation, we have a vision that will be shared with all of you, and it will become our new mental equivalence for the center. This time it is an amazing opportunity for CSL Midtown. It is an amazing opportunity for some of you. It is your opportunity to contribute to the mental equivalence of the center and to be a co-creator of the future of the center. Mark my word, whether you're part of this team or not, you will be part of that co-creation experience. You'll be part of the center because your mind will be generating energy that will be part of the true equivalence of the entity that we call CSL Midtown. That will be true whether you're in the workshop or not, whether you're on the minister selection team or not, whether you're a practitioner or a trustee or not. If you're watching this and you're listening to this, your thoughts will help us create the universe that the center will be part of. You will see the center, if you see the center as a small group of people who come together one Sunday a month for a celebration service and lunch, that's what it will be. If you see the center as a place where you can jump into Facebook and YouTube and watch interesting talks anytime you have a moment during the week, that's what it will be. If you see the center as a thriving community, as it used to be before COVID, where we come together every Sunday and we have young people and we have a home that is our own and we broadcast to hundreds of people around the world, that is what it will be. Right now, our mental equivalents are either the first or the second vision as a whole. it may be a combination of both. It is not a center that is thriving community. It is a center that has a lot of good things going for it, a lot of wonderful things, a lot of wonderful people coming together to a lot of wonderful messages, but it is not our full possibility. So I would like to ask you to start thinking about that full possibility, because we know that the numbers are not showing it. We have asked for a couple years now. We need to have more people coming, more people participating, and our numbers have stayed the same. That's good. It's trust. We have asked people to give a little bit more to the center, and some of you can and some of you can't. But our numbers have stayed the same. We are break even, and we don't have enough to bring on a senior minister right now. So we've got great guest ministers that are speaking every week, and I'm pleased to have those coming to you by the work of the transition team and by a lot of great people coming together. So I know that some of us have an amazing mental equivalence. We need to decide as a community, where do we want the center to go and where do we want it to grow? I want to say thank you to those that have a solid mental equivalence for the center that has kept it alive through COVID and through everything that's on. But I'm hearing about churches being built around Atlanta again. A new church broke ground in West Cobb just last week, and of another community that I used to belong to. And I'm just was amazed with that because I know that they were struggling, but now they're turning things around. So there's a beautiful future out here, and it's not just online, and there's nothing wrong with online. But I want to ask you to think about the middle equivalence that you have for the center. If you consider spiritual living, the Center for Spiritual Living Midtown to be your center, your home, it needs a bit more from you. Not a lot more, a little bit more thought, a little bit more prayer and treatment, a little bit more talk to your friends and family to have them come and join us, a little bit more giving from your heart and giving from your pocketbooks. Some of you, I know, can't give anymore, and that's okay. That's beautiful because you're doing what you can. But I'm going to ask again, if you would like more, make a very important contribution to the center, toss your hat into the ring and become part of the member selection team. You can do this by sending an email with your interest and your name and your phone number to president@cslmidtown.org. And we need people with vision on this team. We need you to step up today. Don't wait till next week. Some people have been putting it off, whether you're a practitioner, a trustee, or a regular member of the center. We'd like to see you toss your hat in the ring. We need 2 of each to move this forward. And then we can move forward with the co-creation activities. So the center is going to move past where it is today. It's going to do really great. And remember that the master teacher Jesus said to us, as we believe, so it shall be done unto us. So let's work together to make this center what it needs to be. So I'll step off my soapbox as the practitioner and president of the trustees. But please consider this. Give the center the benefit of your thinking, good thoughts for us, good thoughts about how many people we can reach with our wonderful message, good thoughts about the finances for the center. Just keep us in your prayers and your thoughts every day. We must have a middle equivalence of abundance and growth, or we will not see abundance and growth. We're doing good. We love the center. We love the people here. So we ask that you think and move forward with those movements. Let's move on to a spiritual mind treatment for today. What is treatment? Spiritual mind treatment is a prayer, an affirmative prayer, a positive prayer that affirms what we desire and what we know God desires for us, because God's answer to every thought, every good or bad, is yes. And so it is, because God desires for us what we desire for ourselves. Spiritual mind treatment is just that, a treatment of the mind, of the person who is speaking it or reading it, from any person hearing it and internalizing within their mind and heart what is being said. If you wish, a treatment spoken by someone else can be taken into your mind and made your own. But it only happens if you accept it as your thoughts, because we said all thought is creative, and how I choose to think creates my personal experience. So I'm going to offer this treatment in my own words. It's a treatment for my mind, and if you choose to accept any part of it on your own, you can internalize it and make it your own yourself, and it will become your thought, your treatment, and your prayer to God, your mental equivalence, and God will respond, yes, and so it is. Together, through treatment, we will agree, internalize, and emotionalize, and think upon, and manifest, because due to our faith, we know what God's response shall be. Let's go into a posture of prayer. You may want to sit up, relax your body a bit, open up your arms and legs to put yourself into a posture of receiving from the universe everything that it has to offer you. Let's take a deep breath. And as you exhale, become present in this moment. And another deep breath. As you hear this prayer, take any part of it that resonates with you and think on those thoughts, and they will manifest for you. And in this case, for all of us. So know this with me, if you will. There is only one God, one creator, one source, one first cause to all things. There is only one, and today I call it source, because it is the source of all there was, all there is, and all that will ever be. Source is everywhere and in everything because it created everything. Since source was the only thing in the beginning, it had to create everything out of itself. Source is in me. Source is in all those within the sound of my voice. Source is everything that happens in me, through me, around me, to me. Source is the Center for Spiritual Living, Midtown. Since Source is love, since Source is good, everything is love and everything is good. The center that we have called home is love and it is good. Since Source is sacred, everything was created out of Source, then everything is sacred now. The Center for Spiritual Living and all those who come in contact with it are sacred now. Today I know that my world is full of blessings. Today I am thankful for all that I have and all that I am about to receive. Today I can imagine even more for the people of the center, more for the people to hear the exciting truths about religious science and new thought from these amazing speakers that are being brought to us, and as it has been documented by Ernest Holmes and others. I can imagine people volunteering to help us co-create and recreate the center. I can imagine the people consciously giving their time and their funds to support the center and to bring a new spiritual leader into the center. I can see this in my mind. I can see it in my heart. I can see the center growing and having an effect on people all over the world through the power of the internet. I can see this center finding a new home here in Atlanta as a foundational place, but we are the center for all of the midtowns around the world. We hold classes in religious science, and I can see something great. I can see something greater in this center than has ever been seen before. I know that wonderful things are coming to us. Even if we have not asked for them specifically, I know that these things happen because Source is both father and mother to me. God, which is love, is everything. All that we desire, all that we believe, all that we can imagine in the beautiful future. I trust in Source, and all things will be given to me. I trust and love. Starting this very moment, our center is blessed with amazing love in the form of people who give time, talents, and finances. It is blessed with people who will rewrite our vision and our mission and our middle equivalents. It will be blessed with the Spirit and the presence of God. I know that nothing can get in the way of these blessings that I desire, because being created out of Source, the Center for Spiritual Living Midtown is an extension of Source. Nothing can get in our way, not even the fear or apathy or reluctance towards change. Nothing limits me or the center or my life, not even my past or my present situation. I block all negative thoughts that come into my mind and I move them aside. If they return to me, I move them aside again, so I cannot get into the depths of my mind. They cannot be confused with what Source has to offer me. Change is part of nature, and we have always done things this way is not the way to do it. I know that it is time for change, and I will see positive changes that will help this community grow. I do not even need to ask for these things, because I know Source knows them. I rejoice in the blessings of the center that is the Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, and the members and the community that we live in, spread all over this world. And I am truly blessed that I am completely focused on blessings of life, and knowing that my focus thought will bring even more positive change in this world. I'm at peace with the universe, because I know that the universe is unfolding in a positive way for me and my center. Change does not happen to me, it happens for me. Now I release these words in knowing that my thoughts are creative, and they will create a positive personal experience for everyone who hears them and comes in contact with my center, the Center for Spiritual Living Midtown. And together we say, and so it is. The next song is absolutely amazing. It's A Mother Like You by Kendall Renee.
You gave me joy in your kitchen. You gave me the room with a view of the yard. Wherever the hurt, you knew right where to kiss it. You gave me the best of your heart. And you carried my rocks in your pocket. Flowers and feathers and butterfly wings. And you had an answer for all of my questions. You showed me wonderful things. And I know that it hasn't been easy. I hope that I love like you do, 'cause I know that this world would be better if everyone had a mother like you. And you make the best macaroni. And we never cared that it came from the box. And Mom in the stands, always clapping her hands, was cheering and still hasn't stopped. And you held me when I came home crying, 'cause someone said something that just wasn't true. And I always said that Janelle was my best friend, but really it's always been you. And I know that I haven't been easy. I hope that I love like you do, 'cause I know that this world would be better if everyone had a mother like you. A mother like you. second was born in September. I still can't believe I have kids of my own. I look in their eyes and I can't help but wonder, who will they be when they're grown? And I know it won't always be easy. I hope I can love like you do, 'cause I know that my kids will be better if they have a mother like you. If I am a mother like you, 'cause I had a mother like you. A mother like you.
That's amazing song. My mother has passed, and I know that some of you don't have your mothers with you here either, but it's an amazing time. We are pleased to welcome Reverend Mignonne Pollard as our guest speaker today, who will be talking about the question that I have asked lately: what about faith?
Good morning, CSL Midtown. It is so good to be here with you on this celebration. I just want to acknowledge again all the mothers, the grandmothers, the godmothers, the foster mothers, the men who mother. There are also fur mothers, and any variation of motherhood that I may have missed. You may be someone who has just recently lost your mother, or someone like myself with no children, but who's done a lot of mothering. So this is just a day to celebrate that energy of mothering and the divine mother. But today, the topic is, what about faith? And I believe that faith is a power, faith is a law, faith is an action verb. And slide 1, as Ernest Holmes says, that faith is a mental attitude. It is so convicted of its own idea, which completely accepts it, that any contradiction to this is unthinkable and impossible. Faith is a mental attitude so convinced of its own idea that any contradiction is unthinkable and impossible. In my youth, we call this unwavering faith. Now, I don't know about you, but it's not every day that I think about faith, unless and until I feel that things are a little bit overwhelming. And then I do that self-talk thing and blame myself. You know, why don't you truly believe? You know that the laws work all the time, all the time. What is your foundation? Are you walking your talk? I go through all of that. And it's a mental attitude. So I'm in the process of wrestling with my mind. I don't know if you've ever been there before. If you've ever been in that place when things didn't look or imagine how you thought they would go, or what you thought was going to happen, you didn't see a way out. And you fall into that idea of fear and to doubt. So when I slip into that space, that's when I have to take a step back. I have to be a witness for myself. I have to remind myself. I have to meditate. I pray. I ask practitioners to pray for me. And I remember and I recall that God has always shown up all the time and right on time. And it's in this sort of mental wrestling with myself that I work my way back to that place of all is well. You know, it's only from that place of all is well that the power of faith is activated. and that demonstrations can, do, and will occur. This practice of science mind says that you ask for what you want, knowing, believing that it has already been received. You put your request into the law, knowing that the law works every time and all the time, and that it works for your highest and your best good. Now, the universal laws operate, Ernest Holmes says, with mathematical precision. And we get those demonstrations in our lives. It is given to us as much as we can receive. I want to tell you just a little story about faith. I met a person in my travels throughout the New Thought community. This was a beautiful, tall young lady who was married and who wanted to have a child. She was, just looking at her, you wouldn't think that there was anything wrong. But the doctors told her that she couldn't even try it. She shouldn't even try to have a child. There was a possibility that it could put her life in danger. They weren't sure that her body could handle it and all that was involved. But this was her dream, to have a family. So she talked about this deep desire for a child, and she shared it with practitioners, and she shared it with ministers. She had practitioner sessions, and she had prayer sessions. And it began to become a part of things that we began to pray for. Her desire to have a child turned into a belief that, maybe I can have a child. She began to believe it was possible. She trusted in her own understanding of her body. She had an inner knowledge of her body. She had a faith that it would be well and all would go well. And as the consciousness shifted in this young lady to, I don't know, to maybe to yes. Yes, it's my desire. Yes, I want it. Yes, I accept it. As her consciousness shifted to that, she became pregnant in less than a year from the day she made that request to the universe. And this Mother's Day is her 6th Mother's Day. And her child, she named Imani, which is faith in Swahili. So both the mother and child are beautiful, doing well. And the young father, well, he'd make any mother proud in the way that he supports and uplifts his wife and his child. The young mother had faith. She had a deep knowing. She had a conviction. There was no doubt in her mind. There was no fear. And that faith, that belief, yeah, maybe I can. It became a trust. And the trust and the knowing together became faith, and it unfolded into what we would call a modern day miracle. Her demonstration is, I'm sure, similar to many, possibly even similar to someone you have known. And I believe that it exemplifies what was said in the book, The Alchemist. It says, whoever you are, or whatever it is that you do, when you really want something, it's because that desire originated in the soul of the universe. And it's your mission on earth. Whenever we have unwavering faith, we move in the direction of our soul's deepest desire. So CSL Midtown, I challenge you to hold with unwavering faith that picture, that deep knowing of how your community will grow and thrive. But what I like about this life, is there's so much to uncover. There's a mystery that's so much more than our eyes can see. And it's revealed to us, to each and every one of us. And if you put slide 2 up, that'd be nice. Slide 2. Emerson once said that all I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. All I have seen teaches me to trust the Creator for all I have not seen. And it's like I just said, I've seen modern day miracles. I have seen people finding a way out of no way, finding a way out of what they thought was a financial uh, debuncle, finding a way on a job, finding a way to reconcile a relationship they thought that had moved beyond repair. It takes a desire and a belief that it is possible, affirmative prayer, and faith in the law of mind. You know, I'm the generation that has gone from seeing technology depicted in cartoons and Hollywood movies as a child to seeing those technologies, those very same technologies, become a reality in my life as an adult. I can talk to my watch. And the Zoom meetings, those things that we first saw on the Jetsons, if you're of a certain age, well, they're now a part of our daily life. And it's just like those interesting adaptations of technology. I have faith in humanity's ability to adapt, to evolve, and to grow. I have faith that even as we lose a lot of the Earth's natural forest, I know people are planting trees. As the ocean becomes polluted and the coral reefs are dying, I have faith and I know that people are finding ways to keep the waterways clean and to combat global warming. Wayne Dyer used to say, for every problem, there's a spiritual solution. And faith is a strong belief. It is an action. It is a step towards that which you desire. And I have faith that Mother Earth will keep on orbiting the sun and that all of the different cultures and people of our world will recognize that we are one. You know, the COVID-19 crisis reminded us that we're all in this together. We're one humankind. So that the trials and tribulations that occur around the globe today, and there are many, I'm asking you and I'm reminding myself to have faith, to have faith in the law, to have the faith of God, which works every time, all the time. Because it is a law, it cannot fail. So let us know together that we can be in this world, but we can also hold a view of this world that works for everyone. That we must know this without a doubt or without an anxiety, that it is possible because of the faith of God. And the faith of God is centered in universal mind and divine law. And that makes all things possible. You know, everything comes through one source and through one law. And we are a part of that source and we live in that law. One of my favorite Bible verses is Proverbs verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, and acknowledge your way, and in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Now that's the King James Version. In a recent class with Ian Van Zant, I was studying the Bible from a metaphysical viewpoint, and I was introduced to an interpretation of the Bible called the Message. It's a modern day interpretation of the Bible. It reads like how we might say things to one another right now, or Jan used to say, it reads like how your grandmother might say it. The Message Bible translates Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6 this way. Trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure everything out on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go. You know, in New Thought, it is believed that we are co-creators of our reality, that we are in connection with the divine. And I think that this connection with the divine is a little bit like a trust walk. You guys remember the trust walk where you get blindfolded and somebody sort of leads you around the room and you have to trust that they're going to lead you and you're not going to bump into anything or nothing's going to go awry. Well, I think it's like that. Spirit is like that. Spirit helps you sort of navigate this world as you tune into it. It helps you walk through this world. Because, like I say on slide 3, the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho, in his book Brida, he says, none of us knows what might happen, even the next minute, but yet we still go forward because we trust, because we have faith. We walk in spirit, and spirit leads us around the obstacles of life. Spirit directs our path. And when we learn to listen for the guidance in everything and everywhere we want to go, if we just learn how to listen to those intuitive nudges, our work is just to awaken to the awareness that spirit is there, that the Spirit of God is always there. And the Spirit of God will lead you and guide you to exactly where you need to be. And it is always good. And it's provided in the most unexpected ways. The biggest leap of faith that I had to take was once when I had a very good job and I was living in California. I left that job, took a year-long leave of absence, thinking about what it is I wanted to do, how I wanted to live my life. It's those moments of transition, those moments of complete uncertainty where faith really comes in. Well, I chose to move to South Korea, to get married, and eventually to leave that position. And I didn't know what was going to happen. And all sorts of amazing things happened that would have never happened if I hadn't just taken that leap of faith. Things like I found a sister for life, a South Korean sister for life. Her American name is Stella. I helped found a Toastmasters club in Korea because everyone loves to speak English. And I worked with a group of Filipino women who married South Korean men, and they wanted to become entrepreneurs. And I became an entrepreneur. I became an entrepreneur when I returned to the States. I decided to follow my dreams, and I became a speaker and a trainer for an international training company. And I had a marvelous time. I went everywhere from Hawaii to Montana to Idaho. I went all over the place, speaking to all types of people about how women can be empowered. And it took a leap of faith. It took a leap of faith to do that and to be able to do that. But I said to God, God, I love this. I love being an independent contractor, but something in my constitution, it really needs stability. I need that sort of stability of a steady job or whatever. So I took one step in the direction of that dream. I took one step in the direction of that dream. And it's an odd step. I took a job as a shoe salesman in a major department store. And it wasn't for the money. It was for the idea of, look, God, look, Spirit, I'm moving. I want this. I want a job where I get this regular space. And I love the entrepreneurship. And yes, that was my dream. But, maybe my dream has shifted a little bit. Maybe it's gone down a little bit. So I did that, took that step, taking that step in the direction. And I can say right now, today, that Monday, I celebrated 11 years working in this steady job that's in my professional area, and I'm very, very happy. But I think that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't taken that step, if I hadn't shown both myself and the universe and spirit that this is exactly what I want to do. So when I say, what about faith? It's this active connection and flow between you and divine mind. Divine mind enacts the law. And faith is a mental attitude towards life. According to Ernest Holmes, his home study, he has a 5-volume book of home study for science of mind. He says that the science of mind reduces faith to a principle which can be understood and taught, and a technique that can be consciously used. The highest form of faith is developed through a realization of our unity with the infinite. It is our unity with the infinite. So wherever you go or whatever you're doing, or whenever you are facing some unknown challenge, something that you want to do, but you might have a little fear. We can turn that fear into faith by reminding ourselves that there is a powerful good in the universe and we can use it. And that if what is going on appears to be overwhelming, just step back, pause, and remember that God is always working it out for your highest and best good. That we move into a feeling of all is well, because it is in that place of poise, peace. That is where the power is. All is well. And when you know that, you can affirm with unwavering conviction that the good that you desire is already yours. So please affirm with me. Affirm with me this affirmation that there is only one life, that life is good, and that life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is good, and that life is my life now. So let us take this message into prayer. So just knowing that there's only one life, one source, one energy that's back behind all, and this is the energy that is the luminous energy that is overwhelmingly flowing with good and with love. It is the energy that is activated by faith, and knowing that that energy of love is flowing in and around and through me, and it's flowing in and around and through each and every person. I'm just simply speaking my word. I'm speaking my word right now, that the best and highest is unfolding right now for this community called CSL Midtown. I am speaking my word that the awareness that Spirit is guiding this and every process in the individual life and in the life of the community, that Spirit is there, and that this awareness is made visible to all who need to feel, see it, that it is guiding and leading, and all is well. I am just knowing that, and I am knowing that right here and right now, and I'm grateful and thankful. I'm grateful and thankful for this community. I'm grateful and thankful for its growth, for its vision, for its movement forward. I'm grateful and thankful for the steadfast, unwavering faith of the practitioners that hold this community together and that uplift each and every one of its community members. I'm grateful and thankful to be just a small part of this amazing unfoldment. And so I release this word into the law, and together we say, and so it is. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Mignonne. What an awesome talk this morning. Thanks. So now on to our prosperity section. So we have the opportunity to give, as Lee mentioned, and you can see, you can use the QR code or go to cslmidtown.org/donate to donate. And if you would say with me our affirmation of prosperity: I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And now I'll turn it back to Lee for some brief announcements.
Thank you, Vance. Thank you, Reverend Pollard. That was amazing. And just a couple quick requests, repeating the request from earlier. Keep the center in your thoughts and prayers. Create the middle equivalence of growth and abundance for the center. Give your time and your money to support the center. Volunteer to be part of the senior minister selection team. And you can do that by sending a message to me at president@cslmidtown.org. And so upcoming events every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. Please join the adult study group online for a more in-depth discussion on religious science and other topics. It is a great discussion that has gone on for years here, and it's amazing. So next Sunday from 11 to 12 p.m., please join us. It's Reverend Fox is going to be back with us again, and Ron Fox will be continuing our focus for the month and the talk and the theme, the steps we take. So to get into the CSL Midtown Zoom line, where you can speak with Reverend Mignonne and others, go to cslmidtown.org, scroll down to where it says Zoom, and be sure to note the Zoom word code that is underneath the word Zoom. And then you're going to be asked that in order to get into the Zoom room. So you can join us there for the discussion. And now I'd ask you to please join me in the affirmation of life. I leave this place now knowing something better than what I knew before. I go forth into the world with a mind full of love and a heart full of good sense. I look at the world in a greater way, knowing that I have within me everything I need to create the life that I desire. I give thanks for this understanding, and I am grateful for the spirit of life that lives through me, and so it is.
I have faith, I pray faith, I choose faith, I am faith, I have faith, I pray faith, I choose faith, I am faith, I have hope, I pray hope, I choose hope, I am hope, I have hope, I pray hope, I choose hope, I am hope. When I trust and I let go, I know all is well. I have love, I pray love, I choose love, I am love, I have love, I pray love, I choose love, I am love, you are love, we are love, all God's children.